Hello, I'm Andrew with Virginia Transformer in Roanoke, Virginia. I'd like to go over the inspection checkpoints for the point of delivery check sheet. It's preferable to initiate the cursory inspection with the unit still on the trailer prior to offload. A walk around of the unit would be required to inspect for any damage during transit. Please ensure that all 4 chains are attached at the top and 4 chains are attached at the bottom. Inspect the radiators, the surfaces, and the fins. Inspect for any damage that may have occurred while it was shipping, any dents or deep scrapes. Perform a visual inspection of the bushings and arresters on top of the unit. Look for any damage that may have occurred to the protective wrapping. Inspect the bottom of the radiator at the flange connections. Visualize for any possible leaks, which may be indicative when you see any oil on the trailer. Perform a visual inspection of the guard on all the cooling fans. Look for any dents or abnormalities. Also inspect the motor housing. Look for any damage that may have occurred during transit. Perform a walk-around cursory inspection of the unit while it's on the trailer. This will give us an opportunity to identify any significant or major damage to the transformer, which may require it to be returned to the shop, precluding offload. Once the transformer is offloaded and placed on the pad, a more detailed inspection can be conducted. Most common are rectangle gauges for the winding temperature gauge and liquid temperature gauge. Here we show one gauge has had the protective cover removed. In order to obtain the liquid temperature gauge value, we need to remove the protective cover. To remove the protective cover from the liquid temperature gauge, locate a corner and start to peel it back. To ascertain the value from the liquid temperature gauge, also commonly called oil temperature gauge, look for the silver indicator. Record this value. Right here it's showing approximately 20 degrees Celsius. To ascertain the level of the liquid, we use the reading from the liquid level gauge. Remove the blue wrapping from liquid level gauge. Similar fashion as we did with the liquid temperature gauge. The liquid level gauge typically does not have incremental readings. Quite common is minimal, 25 degrees Celsius, and max. Utilize your best judgment. For this gauge, I would read it's about 1 inch above 25 degrees Celsius. If you have a device such as this, basically a stick with a string or a wire attached to it, you can gain access to the valve handles to open them. Currently we observe the valve handle is perpendicular to the valve body. This indicates this valve is closed. Utilizing our stick with a string or a wire, reach up and grab the valve handle. From here we can open it. Here we can observe the valve handle is parallel to the valve body, thus indicating the valve is open. With all the gas space valves open, now we can open the valve to the pressure vacuum gauge and observe the actual tank pressure. When ascertaining the pressure vacuum reading from a transformer that has a nitrogen preservation system, we need to open the nitrogen cabinet and also open the valve within the cabinet. Locate the valve that's connected to the nitrogen preservation system. Make sure it's open prior to taking your reading. Locate the main shutoff valve inside the nitrogen cabinet. Open the valve and document your reading. Once the parts are offloaded, we can conduct a more thorough inspection. For a horizontal bushing crate, remove the lid in order to conduct an inspection. Check the top of your bushing. Make sure it's damage free. Ensure all the hardware is present. Everything is tight. Check inside your sight glass. Make sure the oil is present and everything is leak free. Inspect the ceramic of your bushing all the way around. Make sure there's no dings, cracks, or damage. Perform an inspection of the full length of the bushing. The ceramic components are also at the bottom quite frequently. Stand-up bushings are easier to inspect. They're more accessible. Look for the hardware that secures them on the inside plate. Are they still present? Are they still tight? Inspect the ceramic. Make sure there's no cracks, dings, or damage. Inspect the sight glass. Ensure it's got a proper level. As with all ship separator components, check the identifying markings. Ensure it corresponds with the job number. Another common component is the NGR or HGR. Inspect the top. Make sure it's damage free. Inspect the sides and the corners. Inspect the ceramic bushing, which is quite typical. Make sure it's crack and damage free. Components that ship on a pallet should be real secure. Check and make sure all the hardware is tight and present. Make sure it's still secure on the pallet. These arresters are ceramic. Check these just like you would a bushing. Any chips, dings, or cracks. If the arresters that are received are polymer, inspect those. Make sure all the rings are split free. No damage, tears, or rips. Inspect your radiators. Inspect the tubes, fins, and all the flat surfaces. Ensure it's damage free.
An impact recorder is an electronic device with a cell phone modem built into it, solar panels for power, with a battery backup, that offers us real-time GPS tracking as well as accelerometer readings for the transformer. The impact recorder will record any incidents or activity that the transformer undergoes during transit, as well as the time that it is offloaded and set onto the pad. The impact recorder is located on the top, held on by strong magnets at one of the lifting lug points. The functionality, when it's operational, there's a green light that will flash. When our local carrier is used, the driver will request that the impact recorder be given to him, and it will be returned by that driver to VTC upon their return. In the other instance where we use an outside carrier, a UPS label will be provided or instruction given to the customer for the return of the impact recorder.
Review your purchase order. Identify any field service requirements. Make notations on your document. If the customer didn't offer any feedback, ask for some.